Okay, we back. This is probably another short stream. I've done my best to get stream quality at least viewable, I hope. So today's task, we gotta close the gap in the cryoscience. And that means I gotta get to Fulgora, because we have a delay there. Still getting some cracking in the music. I don't like that. I'll try and fix that later. These platforms for the inner planets have been just incredible. They're fast, they have huge cargo. Adaptable.
You got debated. You got debated. You got debated. 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 Debated.
Dread, look at my train station. I do trains now. Trains that don't crash. This train station is obviously not the best for throughput, but in terms of aesthetics and functionality and signaling, oh. Okay, we gotta get to work here. We need more silos on Fulgora. I still have not watched Joseph. No, I'm saving it. I'm trying to get there without watching it. So if we need more silos, we know what that means. We're going to need more accumulators. I'm sure it's a thing of beauty. I can appreciate it. This Gleba train setup is also pretty interesting that I've got going here. These outposts are just incredible. I'm telling you, you drop this, and then you connect it to a farm, and it provides. Granted, it all has to be legendary, of course, but it provides. Also, I figured out how to filter trains for the first time, just like a week ago. I saw that Dred's Fancy Trains had this blue color to them, and I'm like, how do I get that? It's pretty dang useful. Especially for supply trains like this. How did I live without it? Okay, back to work. Yeah, we are almost holding 100k SPM research prod now. We need gummy to silos. There you are, this is the assembler I want. Oh, that's right, blue circuits are dry up here. We're gonna need to import. Novice provides, I'm telling you. Novice is providing so much right now. The array. Stone is starting to run out, and we might have to increase our import for that from Volcanus. We do have 2 stone trains going, but the rail's just eating up that stone down there. Looks like supply train went out recently. Still haven't turned on artillery. We're letting the biters play out here. And play they are. Soon we will have quality nuclear fuel. That will help somewhat with throughput on this train. The old tank as the mega-sized logistic chest. I love this thing. Filled with tool belts. So good. Should probably start upcycling these again soon. We need to get the science situation addressed first of all. Looks like Fulgora's the spot right now. We're gonna need the import. I will drop this off at Novice first. How many do we have? Yay, I'd like to see that. Aquilo currently has more silos than any other world, which is pretty crazy. What are we getting here? 5K SPM? I do remember seeing the cargo wagon main bus. Those are awesome. I love that any one of the interplanetary ships can handle Aquilo. And we are moving at 459 kms. We're going to increase that import to 1,000. We need a lot of foundation on Fulgora. Hey, what's up, Aid? Thank you so much for the raid, and welcome, Raiders. Looks like you're doing some Minecraft. I hope that went well. We're getting some work done on Fulgora today. I'm trying to close the gap in our cryoscience that we have. And we got some angry biters over here. Deploy the Spidertron. That should thin that herd a bit. Okay, we gotta get to Fulgora. Zoom in at 479. We are closing in on 100k SPM research prod. This is the gap I'm talking about here that we have to close. And this is Deathworld Marathon setting, as you can probably tell by those biters. So we have an SPM penalty. It's been a long road. Okay, that's going to be coming in here. Are we going to have radius? Ever since we got this battery cryo plant set up here, these EM cryo plants have been moving. They're mostly full. The batteries are still full. Love to see it. Okay, looks like those came down. Let's go grab them. We'll grab half of them from the main base. Thank you so much for that follow. Hope you enjoy engineering. Still cutting it pretty close here with the accumulators. That's a lot of juice that we're using here. Hey, thanks for the good luck. I appreciate it. And you have a great night. And thank you so much for the raid. Okay, this should definitely help to close that gap. Okay, this job is done for now. Alright, we are going back to Novice to do some more planning. It took a long time to learn on, excuse me, controller. Very tedious, it can be cumbersome at times, but you get used to it. Okay, I gotta wait for pickup here. While we're waiting, let's check in on some upcycling here. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got some legendaries here. Hello. Whoa. Yeah, that's more than expected. That last round of upcycling really paid. Soon I gotta get a constant upcycler up here. Like I have going for the quality modules over here. That's juicy. That's the future right there. I'd love to see that. Oh hey, we can get pickup here. We got a lot of launches coming and going from Aquilo now. Is this holding? Looks like this is actually coming down a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe the next import will get us back to our above 9k. I'll have to keep an eye on this. Oh, looks like I'm going to Aquilo. Oh, maybe it's time for some impromptu work on Aquilo, huh? I'd like to get a train going on Aquilo for the fluorine, because it's the scarcest fluid and it will run out at some point. Or maybe even the crude oil. What is our yield? Oh, we still got a big yield of crude oil here. Okay, we won't need to worry about that. Fluorine a little low. Yeah, we need to get rigged up over there. I could just run a pipeline, I guess. We technically don't need a train there. That should last for a long time. Alright, well, Aquilo, here we come. $3,000 logistic bots active here. That's Aquila for you. Okay, how are we going to do this? I mean, it's swag to run the train, right? I kind of want the train. Oh yeah, that's all my interplanetary ships. This is the standard now. I have to have these. We have a massive circuit array that controls everything here. All production. This is also capable of Promethium. You can get Promethium with these in limited amounts. And you can even get the Shattered Planet with these because it's got a smart thruster system. It took forever to circuit all this, and test it. But it's good now. It's so good. Yeah, I like direct insertion. It's really good. I love it. Especially that you can control it better with the circuit network. It allows for so much more flexibility. We got an RS latch up here that controls this Omni Foundry. That makes everything Foundry. This combinator right here controls the cryoscience when you need it, or excuse me, the Promethium science. And we run a sushi build on this, which took a lot of testing, but it's working good now. Good stuff. Engineering, I love it. I love this game. Okay, let's get this train set up. Looks like I'm gonna have to bring it out some. Circuit networks took a long time to learn, but yeah, once learned, oh, so good. There's nothing you can't do. There's no task that's too big. Wow, we're getting a lot of legendary rocket fuel here now from all that solid fuel recycling. That's a lot of legendary rocket fuel. We might have started exporting. Holy crap. I might have started getting a centrifuge set up here. Not that we need high-speed trains on Aquila, but... Mangled pork. These names, though. Let's get them loaded up. So much Promethium. We have 6 Promethium ships. Between the 6 ships, looks like we're averaging around maybe 4,200 SPM. So 4,200 times 6. It's quite a bit. We've begun work on a new Promethium ship. I'm hoping to cut down on the fleet. But we're going to need a massive belt weave here. I've still got a lot of work to do on this ship. I still am not sure if this is even going to work. But we've got it started. Okay, what am I doing here? We can move this heating tower now, I think. Good thing I hope, Dread. Been getting pretty lucky lately, haven't you? Dread the Gotcha King. You were kind of overdue for it, though. Okay, I'd like this to be a separate outpost. Okay. Get some heat going here. She's a working. Okay, she's a working. The bots are doing their job. Solid fuel's coming in. We need radars here. Do I have any radars on Aquilo? Doesn't look like it. No, we need radars. Good thing I got circuit production here. Cogwheels, I don't have those. I need a productivity assembler here. There we go. There we go. Uh-oh, the pipe's not right. Oh, snap, it happened. Z, what are you doing to me, bud? I know you've been sitting on that one for a while. Well, let's see. There's a chance that that could happen tonight. I mean, hey, that's the best thing about channel points, right? You can burn them whenever you want. If it does happen tonight, I'll be sure to drop you a DM, Z. Okay, this is working, but we got to get more solid fuel down there. I should probably put this on the timer. Awesome, good to see you, Z. Enjoy your lurk. Got to make sure we're getting some of that in there. The other thing about the train is, later on in the distant future, if fluorine ever does run dry and Aquilo gets really big, then rather than having to hook up the train then, we've already got one ready to go right now. Okay, yeah, that should get fuel filled up over time. Okay, I think we're done here. We have the fluorine train. I know, right? What a beast. Don't want to miss my ride. Get me off this frozen rock. Oh, that timing actually worked out pretty well. How's our space science platforms looking? They are full. Hello. I love these space science platforms. They make so much space science, and they're just pure solar. This tiny space casino continues to provide. We've already finished over 1,000 products in the ore crusher. Legendary ores. Space casino, so good. I'll be sad when they patch it out. I've checked how many legendaries we actually have on Novus now. We're probably starting to back up on agricultural science, and that's kind of not good. Yeah, we're backing up. I'm gonna have to start switching to stronger explosives. No. We've been on this file for a while. We have migrated several times on Novice and built and rebuilt several different factories. Most of the real legendaries have come from our quality mall here. This quality mall has provided a lot of legendaries since I got it started. And in the previous factories, we did have upcycling as well, but not to this extent. And we also have upcycling going on Volcanus. Should check in on this. Oh yeah, we're getting lots of legendaries here for beacons. This is our EM plant upcycling area. I've decided Volcanus because it's so rich in resources. Look at that. Love to see that. These upcyclers provide a lot of legendaries as long as you're able to keep them fed. And then I've got another small quality mall here on Volcanus for personal grid equipment and a couple other things that you need on Volcanus. And on each world, I'm quality upcycling modules that are made there. Gleba, we do efficiency. Lots of efficiency modules here, like to see that. We've actually had to cut rocket production because carbon fiber wasn't keeping up. Until I expand to more binary farms, I think rocket production is kind of going to be ceased, but we've got a lot of legendary rockets anyway, so. Gleba's been very quiet since I set out the Glebatron and we destroyed and we had our Gleba war. I could turn on artillery, but we haven't had to yet, so. Yeah, this binary farm setup is so good. You just drop 2 agricultural towers for Yumako and then 1 jelly nut and connect them. And then you connect the other train, which provides all the fruit, back to the main base. Because it provides more than enough for this silo setup here. These silos are really good for agricultural science, and they are fast. That said, you do have to do a lot of fine-tuning with them, especially depending on your current level of quality. But once you get them fine-tuned, this is the result. I mean, we're getting Bioflux, Jellynut, and Yumako. More than enough to provide science non-stop here at a non-stop freshness. It's always fresh. Okay, well, it's not fresh now because we've been backing up on the agricultural science, but once I get the SPM constant, it should be good. Looks like we have flatlined. What happened? It's EM science. Wait, what? Oh, I see what happened. We need to cut the iron ore export now. Wow, we shipped out all that iron ore already? Banhammer's been dropped. Okay, let's get caught up on that agricultural science. We'll let some of the sciences stack for a bit. I'm not even using all these assemblers yet. We still have all these assemblers we can use. The rest are dedicated to intermediates for our array here. These Omni Foundries have been so good. They just provide so many intermediates. And they switch recipes as needed. just like the cryo plant setup I have. Yeah, these Omni cryo plants and foundries have been so good. It's just full boxes of intermediates, switch recipes as needed by the logistic network. The power of the decider combinator is all the stone goes into landfills, and then the landfills are voided. After we set our constant, obviously, I want to keep a constant stone so I can export when needed. How's upcycling going here? It's like we are stacked with legendaries in here. Wow. Oh, that's so good. We'll be ready to scale up to 1,000,000 SPM here pretty quick. This is our Omni belt and pipe foundry. This makes both types of pipes and belts to a constant number for the whole foundry, and it looks like we are now there. So good. Love to see that. So clean. These actually do not run RS latches. There is a slight void, but due to the mass amount of molten that you get on Volcanus, it's really not that big of a deal. So I decided, okay, don't really need that big of a deal. And once they're full, the molten void is almost nil because it's just making barely enough to keep it going. Well, see, the goal with these modular bases has been just to get to a certain SPM, which is 100. I want 100k SPM for research productivity nonstop. We're almost there. And then at that point, we just copy pasta and scale up. And there you go. Because all these bases are modular. You just add a little bit more on. Like for Aquilo here, we'll just keep adding more cryo plants, more silos as needed, more lithium. More lithium arrays like this. My pipelines run in parallel. So we can just continue chaining it for as long as needed. And Gleba, as I said, is we just drop one of these right here, and then we'll drop another Yumako outpost, or excuse me, Jellynet outpost connected to it. And then boom, we've got a third train will come in to the main base and start delivering, and we can put more silos as needed. Fulgora, another thing with these modular bases is I want like a master tile. The master tile is where we first land and make planetfall. This is the master tile for Fulgora. This is one of the few places that I actually use belts. I'm a bot guy, if you haven't noticed. Yeah, this is a master tile, and then we just go to the science hubs here, like this. And this is way ahead, so this I'll probably only have to put a couple more of these in theory, because the EM science is way ahead. The heavy oil is free on Fulgora, so that makes batteries a lot cheaper. Oh yeah, just copy pasta this for another mass EM, and then the novice upscaling is going to be a little tricky. We're probably going to end up going to Volcanus for the basic sciences here. I have blueprints for hyperassemblers for each science. And since ores are essentially free on Volcanus, it makes more sense to upscale the basics novice sciences on Volcanus and then export. That said, that's a big logistic challenge. There's going to be a lot of silos involved with that. It's pretty crazy that we're getting this level of SPM right now. Almost 200k. Just from these kind of relatively small modular bases that I've got going. Except Novice, obviously. Novice is huge. And we've got an Henri Biter attack over here. Look at this. We got to take action here. This train depot will probably have to be upscaled at some point. The legendary nuclear fuel will help once we get faster trains going. And again, it's surprising that this train depot can keep up with this too, because there's quite a bit of wait time here. But the goal here was something compact. And this is definitely compact, and we've got 7 different trains running here. The artillery and supply train runs out. I haven't even started artillery yet. I haven't turned on any of the artillery. I'm letting the biters play for now. Testing my defenses. Okay, let's go address this over here. And I am out of DACA. Bring me my DACA. I'm honestly a DACA guy too. I love the DACA. I just go out for hours in DACA viters because I love DACA. In my old base, the first time I actually got established and I was strong enough to go out and kill biters and clear nests, I spent 2 hours clearing biter nests with just DACA, and it felt so good. Increase Tesla turrets. That ought to hold them off. We got more than enough power. And I've got even bigger power plant blueprints. I've got an 18 core blueprint for like almost 10 GW. Probably more. This 6 core here provides 8 GW. This is all legendary. It's kind of hard to find a use for big power cores like this, aside from mega bases, but when you use bot bases, it actually works. When you use just bots and don't use many belts, there's a huge power drain, and you can actually use this grid. These wonders of engineering. Have we gotten any more of these yet? Doesn't look like it. We only need a couple more of these biter nests now. We'll have all legendaries here. We've still got a couple epics here. Look like we only need 5 more now. They've slowed down quite a bit because the demand just hasn't really been needed, and in addition, I've started the quality uranium going. We should be getting closer to some legendary Kovariks here. Oh yeah, we got a lot of U-238 legendary. Not much of this yet. And I know we got legendary rocket fuel already. Good stuff there. Let's do an outpost check now and make sure that our supply train is keeping up. I'm going to be looking for green lamps out here. That lamp is green. That means the ammo belt is full. Okay, yeah, these ammo belts are full. The supply train is doing its job. Another cool thing about this modular base is it makes the pipelines really easy. As you can see, I've got my rainbow pipeline here. This extends throughout the perimeter of the base, making it easy to plug anything in that you need along the edges of the base or in these solar panel hubs that I have here. Like this one I've dedicated to Promethium storage. We've got a couple more of these open now. Anything else I need to plug in the future, we just drop it right in here. And we got every fluid or whatever we need right here. I still need to run fluorocat on hot and cold. Those are the only two fluids I'm not running through here right now. I guess I should hook that up, huh? The cold we can hook up here. I actually make railguns on Novice instead of Aquilo, because it's easier to get them up to platforms from Novice, which is basically where all the platforms are built. So yeah, we've been hooked up this pipeline right here. Nice and easy. Yeah, Deathworld Marathon, you know, it kind of demands things like this, especially early. You know, now not so much. Now I could probably start going with some huge belt main bus designs. But getting started was very slow, and you had to keep things compact. Had to scale up modularly very slowly. Pollution was a problem early until I was able to get defenses established. And yeah, this is Deathworld Marathon, which is a huge step up from Deathworld. You have a SPM penalty here, which is, you know, really taxing. And we do get biter spawns every so often on these, but I have Tesla control turrets on the Promethean platforms just for that occasion. But yeah, defense, I've got my defense blueprint here. This works really well. Even early on, this is a strong defense with the gun turrets and flamethrower turrets and your ammo belt. It's easy to scale up, it's tileable. The walls give you a good leeway, and you can put another layer of walls if you like. Another thing is you can just have your assembler right here, and then once the ammo belt is full, you can opt to start making piercing ammo from regular ammo, and after that you can start making uranium ammo. And all you have to do is, you know, couple things switch around at the assembler. It'll pull off all the old ammo from the line and make it, and then replace it with the new ammo. Okay, let's get the fluorocat on hot hooked up, and then we've got all 12 pipelines. Let's go. At least all that I want. I could get more fluids going here, but for Novice, this is everything you need right here. Okay, how am I going to hook up this one? We got to go over here. Yeah, we need this. Looks like we can run it right here. I like easy plumbing, if you can't tell. And just like that, we have a full perimeter of fluorocanone hot and cold around the whole base. So if I need to plug in another power plant, that's going to be nice and easy. If I need to scale up, that's going to be nice and easy. If I need to expand, that's going to be nice and easy. Just plug all the pipelines in right here and continue the base onward. At this point, the only real upscaling is going to be required is in terms of science, because that's the goal. Munitions we have at a comfortable level now and under control. Biters are all under control. We're completely surrounded in behemoth biters at Deathworld marathon settings, and yet we rarely, if ever, get any damage alerts. All is going according to plan. This train station here, like I said, this could be a limiting factor. I've got to get legendary nuclear fuel going soon to find out if this can still hold. Again, I might not even need to scale up. I'll just find another location on Novice, copy pasta this blueprint, turn a majority of the things that are here, like the quality mall, into purely dedicated science arrays, and additional high-frequency train depots, and loading and unloading stations. It's just the first master tile, takes up a lot of space. After that, like, these are relatively small, and they provide a lot of agricultural science. Defense is obviously an issue on Gleba, but with this many Tesla turrets, it can handle even the big stompers. And as long as you're shipping in repair kits on my supply train, which we are, and fuel, it just helps one another, feeds one another. I decided to connect these two because they're just so close by. The more we connect, the more it helps out the main factory. Hopefully to the point that I'll be able to maintain carbon fiber while we continue rocket production. Omni Foundry and Cryo Plant provide everything. Plastic is a little slow. Well, not anymore. Plastic used to be slow, but now we're full, I think. Yeah, that's full. Each Omni Cryo Plant design I have can be configured to the planet that it's on. For example, this is my Gleba symbol here, my Gleba signal rather, Omni Plant for Gleba. On Gleba, we don't really need carbon because we get the burnt spoilage from for carbon, and that's much more efficient. So I omit that signal from the Gleba Omni Cryo Plant. In addition to sulfur, because we get sulfur for basically free on Gleba, so that one is also omitted from here. And then, like, for the Volcanus signal here, I obviously have carbon, because we need a lot of carbon to keep up with the carbide demands. So carbon is good here. Explosives also. Expansion on Volcanus usually requires a Spidertron or something. I like to use the Spidertron, because I get high levels of explosive damage. So explosives work well here. This is my coal liquefaction blueprint hub. This is so good. Just ship in a little bit of heavy oil barrels wherever you need them. Drop this and boom. As long as you got solid fuel, steam, you've got coal liquefaction, which means you've got heavy oil, which means you've got light oil, which means you've got lubricant, which means you've got petroleum. Okay, yeah. This is what we're going to be wrapping today. I got dinner coming up. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We got some work done today. The next stream, we got to continue to try to close this gap that we got here. Looks like we got something else closing now. What is this? Oh, that's right. We've got agricultural science falling behind. I think. Yeah, we're gonna tweak some settings on that too. So yeah, thank you all for watching. We're gonna find you a raid target. Keep the Factorio train going. Thank you so much for coming in and checking it out. Hope you enjoyed. Who's gonna get the raid? We have a Discord of the community also. We have a nice Factorio set up there. We do a lot of Factorio there. We do other games there. We do a lot of randomizers here. We do nightly randomizer races. Usually, well, not nightly, but quite often for games like Final Fantasy. And yeah, later on tonight, we might have a Legend 3 run coming up, thanks to Xanth. Oh man, what could happen there? I don't even know how to play that game anymore, do I? Getting nervous about it. Okay, who's gonna get the raid? Who's playing Factorio right now? Show me somebody. Show me anybody. I know there's somebody playing Factorio out here right now. Yeah, here we go. VTuber Factorio. But yeah, y'all have a good one. Good luck with your engineering if you choose to engineer. And we'll have more Factorio for you soon as we continue our journey to 1 million SPM. Thanks for watching.